a city. You know, he was born and raised in Inglewood, California, and all he did, you know, and I'm not trying to give a full biography, but I want to make, you know, a couple of points. He was open to so many different things and walks of life, you know, when he was growing up. You know,
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the
he
wind
wanted to do
capturing
music
its
when he
secret,
was
preventing
little,
it from reaching
and
its
he
full
started to do
potential.
music. No. If anybody knows about the Ferris family, if anybody knows about his mother,
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an hour when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help. Couldn't have done this without you.
Testing and engineering is the shooting part of Hella. Got it. Hella test against extreme cold. It's -40. Orange.
Reputation precedes him. Deion Sanders has helped a lot of people. If you want to find something bad about him, of course you can. I'm saying we've seen him help a lot of people, right?
yeah.
For that man to run off like that,
Nice to see you again.
that's revealing.
Right.
Why don't men run from these women now? See, he knows he's built this up. But if a woman said you do something, you can lose it all just like that.
Mr. Weeks and I do make a good team.
Corey Holcomb goes in on the viral moment. Deion Sanders fleeing the scene, even at the sight of his ex-wife, Elara Sanders. And
okay, let's see what we got going on. Next step. What's the next step? West. Hold on. I gotta figure this shit out. You know what? No, before I even do that, let me go to HOGWARTS. Let me go to
Have a look around. I'll be with you in just a minute. Good for you. Get all those foul goblins a-hiding. You did away with all those dark wizards? Oh, I can't believe it.
What's this?
Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far. Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon.
Maybe this stuff before chopping this with her. This with her. Okay. Let me see if I can add another. You know what? Can I add another one? It'd be crowded. Okay. 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 So let me go to quest now. Yeah, cabbage. Kidnap continuation. Like, kidnap the cabbage. Boy, how the hell you kidnap the cabbage? Boom. That's good right there. Good tea. Okay. I do it with a paper spotted. Oh, okay, okay. Let's go this route right here.
I can see why Feldcroft needs help. Ranrock's loyalists are hiding out near Feldcroft. They must have the other crate of Chinese chomping cabbages. Seems quiet. Too quiet.
The final blue upgrade is better than even I expected.
That's all the crates of Chinese chomping cabbages. I'd better go and see Mr. Thistlewood's friend in Feldcroft.
I'm done. That was it. That was it.
Wonder who lives here.
Hello there. Do you have a special delivery for my dear friend Eddie?
Hello, Mr. Ndi. Eddie Thistlewood sent me.
Yes, he told me to expect you. Do you have the Chinese chomping cabbages?
Yes.
I have them right here.
Marvellous. This will go a long way towards protecting the hamlet from Ranrock's loyalists. The same foul curs who, I'm willing to guess, intercepted them in the first place, along with Rookwood's lot. Feldcroft owes a debt of gratitude to you and Eddie. Thank you for your help.
At Exit Health, we deliver more babies than any other health system in North Texas. With 15 locations worth, we offer comprehensive care for every mom,
What do you
so
have to
she
say?
can focus on what matters most. Learn more at texashealth.org/mom.
Hopefully this is enough to thwart the goblins.
I know data engineers making $500 grand a year, and so if you're in tech and you are a U.S. citizen, click on the link below, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can go from making 100, 120 grand a year to go roll. Pretend like how you custom your data analysts, the data engineers, the data engineer, and maybe you 100% more than we.
Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor.
Law firms will take this as a retainer.
What? It must be a law firm when they hungry as hell. Now you gonna help me with this parole I'm dealing with? Judge Joe Brown's all-new barbecue sauce and seasoning. Justice in the form of flavor. With one taste of our premium blends of all natural ingredients, herbs, and spices, you'll fall in love with me all over again. Judge Joe Brown's all-natural barbecue sauce collection is made up of 2 zesty
Fortune
flavors,
code, basic.
original and spicy. There's only one way to bring order back to barbecuing.
You know what?
Just add Judge Joe Brown's all-natural
Knock
barbecue
this off
sauce
real
and
quick.
seasoning, and you be the judge.
Knock this out real fast.
And I did enjoy the phone calls, some great people that called in. I just want to share this. I spoke to you about this over the weekend, and I said I wanted to play this clip and have you talk about it because I do follow this person, Dom LaCree, on X, and he was on the Twins podcast recently. And this is a clip, it's about 4 minutes, and he's saying, I exposed why the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was the worst thing that happened to Black Americans, and how Black people have been manipulated to hate white people, Hollywood propaganda, in addition to the truth about the first slave owner in America being Black. So, wait a minute. Okay, here we go.
This shit happens. I feel like everything with blacks, they've confused us. Every time they told us to move forward, we're actually moving back. I feel like everything is civil rights, even the marches. We're moving back every single time because when we were marching and telling people that we were lesser than, that created a narrative for them to take pictures of and post it in our history books in present time to tell us that we were lesser than we actually were.
Right.
Like Rosa Parks. Bitch had a drink. She could drive.
Right.
Parks had a car. It was set up. It was set up for them. Rosa Parks had a car.
Yeah, they did. She didn't get on the bus.
Right.
She didn't get on the bus.
It was set up.
It's up for,
Yeah, it was a photo op. That
Man.
was mine.
a lot of people think that's a whole side up to slave black people.
Yes. I believe that wholeheartedly, that our entire history has been manipulated to make us think we're something that we're not, to make us think that we're lesser. Even, like, it's never been illegal to be Black and Black.
Right.
You have never been a point in America where every Black individual was enslaved. Because white people were slaves too, and there were more white slaves than Black. Hell, even the term slaves comes from Slavic. There's no niggas that's Slavic. It comes from white people.
Right.
There were more of them, and they were cheaper. If you look through the documentation, white slaves were cheaper than blacks because they didn't last in the sun as long as us, and they couldn't hold weight as long as us. And this was written by scientists and doctors. They were setting prices. It was only product. So you could be a Black person and own white slaves. You could be a Black person and own Black slaves. Having a Black slave was like owning a Lamborghini. It was accessible, but not super accessible. It wasn't that many. Even when you would have the slave ships, I was looking back on the documents when I was doing my threads in the back. On the original documents, anytime the slave ships would come, it would bring about 12 slaves. And it would be a massive event. Would it be 12 slaves? I'm like, there's no way going to tell me thousands of people were coming in. If I'm looking everywhere through history, I'm looking at the New Orleans, and I'm looking at New York, where these slaves actually on the original date. It's only 8 to 12.
I wanted to pause there because it's already 2 minutes in, and this whole 4 minutes. So did you want to comment so far?
Aside from them coming up when I know when they got it with some of my own terminology and phraseology.
I don't think either one of us could have
Years
anticipated
ago,
that.
thanks for a compliment, but you couldn't sign credit where you use the terminology the word God.
What do you mean?
What I just heard is incredibly naive, unsophisticated, and the whole thing with the Civil Rights Act of 1964 can be conceived of this way. Imagine going to a park
I take it you aren't going to let
and
the
all of the
poachers anywhere near the
signs that
snitches.
say dogs must be on a leash or dogs not allowed here
if they still exist.
in this area were taken down. That's what they did because the equivalent was is the Negroes have to be on a leash, they have to be restricted. In other words, somebody else was telling them where, when, and what conditions they were allowed to be present. Now, I wouldn't put up with that as a grown man for 2 damn minutes, but some people did. But they removed the official ability to impose those dog conditions. No dog allowed, no color allowed, no color drinking from the water fountain. The dog allowed drink from human water,
dispensers. They have that dog, or must be on leash. Well, it must be accompanied by a white sponsor or employee in the area. To think that we somehow would give Black enterprise from going down.
The best part about this is that you don't need to give any personal info, just a name and an address to send.
Down is absurd. If you are a free person, you don't need an artificial monopoly imposed by being in a colored-only situation. That's ridiculous. So they need to understand the problems that they are talking about when you get into their big dialogue have to do with a lack of character and enterprise on behalf of the Negro, those who haven't yet migrated into the category of being Black. That's our fault. We got absolutely no benefit for being segregated, but we did not have the option of making choice. And by the way, there is a big difference between segregation and integration. If you desegregate something, you give someone the option of integrating or not. You don't tell them that they can't or they're not permitted. That's the crux of the matter, whether or not you were permitted. And that whole 9 yards worth of provision, restriction also went along with something that resurrected itself, and that was entitlement. You're entitled to be treated as a child for your whole life, and somebody takes care of you. That's precisely the atmosphere on a plantation. You are an animal. The cows, the hog, the chicken, the duck, the sheep, they're not expected to feed themselves unless they have a patch of land that they can graze upon.
Right.
And that's not us. And if you expect that, then something's wrong with you and you are unmanly. Now I'll just pass on that. I'm not being evil. I'll stick.
Right, and two things I want to say for what we just heard so far. Paula Rosa Parks a B because she had a car. That's so. The purpose of her and others going on the bus, sitting in the front. Yeah, she was a plant. She was a plant to push back against segregation. So when you talking about
Talk to Rosa Parks personally at some level out there face to
I'm a
face.
security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse
And
breaker
what
for
she
them.
said
Harlow
was
approached
she
me about
got
helping him
picked
extort my
because
colleagues into
other
giving him treasures from the
black
vaults.
folk, black women in particular,
Of course I
declined
declined.
to the back of the bus.
I thought they'd
But
given
one
up
of them
until I
had
came home one night
too many
and found my
illegitimate
husband
children.
gone,
One
and
of
a
them
note
had
affixed to my
pressed
door with a
for it.
knife.
Only one
On
that
it
was
stated
clean.
that I only had a
Now,
few days to reconsider
contrast that
helping with some
with the
banking
managed
needs,
all
and that my
white guy.
husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Okay.
know you can get brand new permanent teeth in just 24 hours? Did you also know it only takes 60 seconds to find out that you qualify for those teeth?
I hope it's not
Nuvia
too late.
Dental Implant Center has a new
Find
60-second
Mr.
quiz
Bickles after
that
2
tells you if you
seconds.
qualify for their...
Otto Dibble works at Glad
Let's
Rags.
get Roberts in here. Let's get Roberts.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Roberts
Mr.
in the
Dibble,
building.
may I speak with you? It's
Right,
about Theophilus
Roberts
Harlow.
in the
I've
building.
nothing to say about
Sorry
him.
about that. Can you hear me okay?
May
I
I
can hear
interest
you,
you in a
Robert.
stunning cravat today?
Please, sir.
You know, I
I'd
do
like to
some
help.
homework, you know,
I spoke
what's
to Mrs.
happening,
Bickle.
but I would like to ask,
You know the
what do you
Bickles?
think the speakers can do with the money? They think they're gonna do something good, or they're just gonna mess
Can't
with
help
it?
Mr. Hill hearing this.
What difference does it make?
He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Wherever gets this money, man, do something great with it, invest it, and get your people's
It started
there
a few
in the
weeks
right
ago.
path.
I was
Okay,
distracted, reading a note when
Where you from?
who came
Me
into
and
the
Frank
shop.
in California.
I had the
You're
note
from you're
on the
Mexican?
counter
Mexico?
and
You're
offered
back
to
from
help.
Mexico?
He
Yes.
stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed.
Always.
I
There
went
you
into
go.
the store
All right.
to
I
check on what
want to get
turned
no
out to be
financial
a
advice. Thank you.
non-existent
Giving us some
order.
financial
When
advice.
I returned,
Got to get
he
it
was
popping
holding
back
a
home
note.
where you can
What
give
was
some
in the
financial
note? It was
advice.
a note from
Okay.
Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's
Yeah,
daughter.
I know.
He said,
Listen, I'm
"We've
not
been,
going to sit here and
well,
explain we're going to do
secret
with our
into
money.
these
What difference
these
does it make?
past 6 months.
The hell?
He
I don't
hadn't
like
told
when people
Mr.
do
Hill
that.
yet.
What are you going to do with the
Obviously, he
money?
has higher hopes for
Well,
me.
hell,
Harlow advised me
better
in
than
no
what y'all did
uncertain
back home.
terms that my
I ain't
relationship
flee.
with Rosie, not to mention my
We ain't gonna
employment
flee.
here, depended
Dibble,
upon
Otto
his
Dibble.
cooperation.
I mean, what we
does
going
he
to do with
ask
the
you
money?
to do?
It all happened
Everybody
so
be watching,
quickly.
pocket
In an
watching
instant,
us, boy.
he took a very expensive
That's what I'm saying.
scarf from
Everything
Canton
we do
up to
something.
us in
People got a
Swallow.
pocket
He
watch. They
said,
want to know
"Your
what we going to do with
secret
the
is
money.
safe as long as I can supply
Us
my lady
getting
friend with
equal
delightful
footing
edges
is
like
just
this
so
every so
intimidating.
often." I've been able to
Y'all notice
cover
that?
for his requests
Because
until
the
now
thing
with
is,
some
we've been
creative
deprived.
goalkeeping.
And look at what
I
we've
can't keep
accomplished.
that
Look at the
much
things that
longer.
we've done
I'm terrified to
under
say anything.
systematic
Thank you
deprivation.
for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to
Other
take
groups
Harlow
couldn't
down.
survive
I
the
would love
just
nothing more than to
constant
see him rotting in Azkaban,
systematic
but be
deprivation
careful.
that we
He's an
receive.
awful
We
man,
have to constantly
incredibly
stand up and
dangerous.
dust
As
ourselves
for
off.
Rosie's
They
letter,
knock us down, we
should
got to
you
stand back
happen
up,
upon
dust
it,
ourselves
I have
off.
committed
We
it to
constantly
memory
have to do
and will
that.
destroy it immediately.
So that has built up a strong resolve with us. Other groups, they get knocked down, they get to running. They can't handle that.
We're on
So
the
they
right
see
track.
what we do
What
under
if I'm the last
oppression.
of Mr. Bickle's
Just
friends?
imagine if we just get equal footing, man, we're going to be running circles and laps around everything. And people are very intimidated by that. They have to make us non-competitive. Everything is about making us non-competitive and just really watching everything we do systematically and as a group, and also watching the money. When we get some money, everybody wants to know what's being done with the money. What did you buy?
Hello there.
What's your contract?
Excuse me,
That's why
Mr.
black
Filbert.
players, boy, they
I
always
wondered
leave
if
it
I
whatever
could speak
contract
with
they
you about
got.
your dealings with
Such
Theophilus
a player
Harlow.
got
I
a
hope to
$100
ease
million
Mr. Bickle's
contract.
mind by
They
gathering
gonna
evidence
buy a house.
against him.
They just bought 2
tragic.
cars. They
What
gonna have to
happened to
pay
Bickle?
child support. They
He wanted me to speak
get
out
an
against
assessment
Harlow
of
for an act of
everything that this
violence committed
person
against
has to
me.
do with the money.
But I feared Harlow's retaliation.
All eyes are on
and
black
so
money.
I refused.
Everything
If
is
you had
about
spoken
watching
out against
our
him, as Mr. Bickle
pockets
asked,
and
perhaps Harlow would be
monitoring
locked
things
away
so
by
they can
now.
get in
Perhaps.
front of it. That's what it's about. Because when we start linking up with other prominent black people, they got to get in front of it.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you.
That's the name
Could
of
you
the
tell me
game.
what happened?
Before my
Because one black
extraordinary
person
wife, Dulcibella,
goes
passed away,
prominent,
she had just
wealthy,
completed a
has
small book of
resources.
poetry.
That's one thing.
As a surprise for her birthday,
But
one she
when
never
you
had a
have
chance to
a
celebrate,
group of people
I had
linking
the book
up,
beautifully bound and plated in
Seniors,
gold.
throw
One
in
day,
Social Security
Harlow
because
came
if you're a
calling
senior over
to
65
punish me for
on
having
Medicare
spoken
or
out against the
Medicaid,
Neanderthals
so the
that
folks have
comprised
gone
Goodwood's
committed.
lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was racing through my hands. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away.
So they
I was
released
shaken to
this
my core.
post-election
Still
statement.
am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating
calling
again.
for
But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Sigmund?
I'm looking at this here. So they
I
called
suppose
him
I
for
have no
president
choice.
by
This extortion can't go on forever.
So today our message is clear. This moment requires more than resilience. It demands decisive action. The Harris administration must put an end to the flow of weapons that fuel this cycle of violence. It goes on and on and on. Now, they turn their comments off. I'm sorry, Mustafa. Go holler at Trump. Go tell all those folks in Dearborn, Michigan. Told folks don't vote for them in Michigan. So they released this post-election statement. Calling for I'm looking at this here. So they're calling for President Biden. So today our message is clear. This moment requires more than resilience. It demands decisive action. The Harris administration must put an end to the flow of weapons that fuel this cycle of violence. And it goes on and on and on. Now, they turn their comments off. I'm sorry, Mustafa. Go holler at Trump. Go tell all those folks in Dearborn, Michigan, who sucked up to Trump, who kissed his ass, who voted for him. Matter of fact, go talk to Jill Stein.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's just amazing. You know, I put all this hope in people and assuming that we have these remarkable brains that we're going to use, and we make, educated, calculated decisions about what would be best for our lives. And when you have individuals who have folks who have been very clear about what they won't do, and you still give them your vote, or you call yourself removing yourself from the process, knowing that that is the same thing as giving your vote, then it's just mind-boggling. I can't tell you how many people have called me and said, in retrospect, I wish I had done X. Well, you can wish that you had done X, but you made a choice to either for Trump, or you made a choice to remove yourself from the electoral process. And there are going to be outcomes that are going to be detrimental to the folks who said you cared about and who you were trying to advocate for. You could have had an administration that at least sat down and listened to you, and then you could have negotiated with them for some of the things that you wanted. But now you have an administration that is very clear that the things that you have asked for, they have no interest in. And if you push too hard, they will arrest you. If you're out in the streets marching and protesting like many of us have done over the years, there is a strong chance that you will be met by force. I'm not positive, but I think there's a strong chance. So, you can't have buyer's remorse now. You made a decision, and now all of us have to live with the decisions that we've made.
This is the one I love the most here, Randy. This was an article. The mood in Dearborn is a complex mix of disbelief and wary curiosity. Trump came to Dearborn and made a lot of promises. He said, adding that residents he has spoken to are wondering what Trump will do for Palestinians. LOI thinks the reality is obvious. It's clear as day that he's playing us. I think he's going to target us. That's what he's going to do. He's going to target our families, and it's going to hurt. So I think we're about to find out. Yeah, Randy, you're about to find out because you fucked around.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say they fucked around, and now they're going to find out, and they're going to find out swiftly. And, people we tried to tell you. I mean, we tried our best to tell you, and Trump told you. I mean, this is the man that I think the first executive order, or one of the first he did at his last, was the Muslim ban. I mean, he has been very clear about who he is. People just did not want to believe him, and they wanted to justify their misogyny and their racism and say, oh, it's because of this issue and that issue. But they did not believe who Trump told him he was. I mean, to me, he's been clear. So I don't understand the surprise. And now, of course, you're immediately seeing this remorse from all different identity groups as they see what this world is going to look like for them going forward, at least for the next 4 years.
Rightfully so. My loyalty's to Rookwood and no one else.
Okay, so
just like I said, people are assuming that this America will continue being this great America, or whatever it is that they want it to be. But somebody's going to get hurt under this thing. And I believe that the Palestinians,
I think that the Palestinians, I don't think that there's much public sentiment at all that's going to weigh any amount and money measurable in that administration. So as bad as they feel like they've done over the last 4 years, it certainly doesn't get better. I don't think there's any question that it gets better, that it'll get better. It's going to get worse. I think it's going to get a whole lot worse.
So we're going to see a lot of these stories, y'all, happening over next few months, and I dare say 4 years. So we're going to roll this every time we see one of these stories.
The government finally did something right for Americans born before 1960. They allowed all.
We're going to roll this every time we see one of these stories.
I don't mind breaking a few bones if there's a few galleons in it for me.
How many of y'all have seen the video, which I think is pretty funny? How many of y'all seen a video of the woman whining and complaining? Her family has cut her off for Thanksgiving. I mean, she was shedding a lot of orange tears and just really upset. Let me see if I can just give me this second. I can pull this up. So give me. My heart was just warm when I saw this, because I really don't give a damn, and I really enjoy seeing all her tears. How her family has disowned her, and she don't know what to do. And y'all, let me tell you something. Man, this video here, they linked that thing up on TikTok. It went to Homegirl's account, and she just got lit. Man, where's this video? Where is it? Have anyone y'all seen? Have y'all caught any of these pretty good videos from these folks? So me personally, I've been cracking up laughing.
About Hernandez, I can't remember his first name, and he voted for Trump proudly, and he has most of the neighborhoods, the Trump neighborhoods, they have their Trump signs out there, and his kids went to play with the neighborhood kids, and the neighborhood kids told him that they didn't want to play with him, that it's of them, and that, you know, you're Mexicans, and go back to your country, and you don't need to be here, and get out. And so Mr. Hernandez has been crying, and he's so upset, he hates it, he wish he hadn't voted for Trump. That has been a very popular video that has gone quite viral. But he's literally on there crying because it's your kids, and the kids came back crying. They said, "Oh, they won't play with me." I mean, you hate for the kids to be hurt, but he really felt he was doing something by voting for Trump. So yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh, here it is, y'all. I had to find it. Oh, this, just
for the Trump people.
I'm not crying happy tears. I'm not going to be apologetic for being excited, because if it was the other way around, all of the Kamala supporters would celebrate. I want to say that first. I'm very relieved because I voted what I believe in, and I felt heavy on my heart that it's the right thing. So knowing that it was the decision the American people made, I'm relieved and I'm very happy. Very, very happy, okay? It's the very first day of finding out the election results. All of us are happy. I'm very happy. But I'm not going to continue to post about it. But I'm also not going to be sorry about it. And, I always talked about how my family, sorry, I don't want to make this more than once. I always talked about how my family has different beliefs, my grandma and my mom, my sister, and how we always got along. And I wore my grandma's sweater to go low, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cry, okay? But my heart's broken.
Hi,
texted me back today. My point of making this video is to say that I am very happy, and I expressed how happy I was. And I'm not going to be sorry for that. I'm completely heartbroken that my family is taking it how they are. I never did this to them when Biden won. Never. But I am done with political posts.
Alright.
It's normal. If you don't like me because of who I voted for and you have to unfollow, go ahead. My own family unsubscribed from my life, so you can too. I promise it doesn't get worse than that.
Subscribe for your life and she voted for Trump.
It does. I'm a place. You part of the people who play Scarface.
But they call them the fuck find out and fuck around. What else you calls this here?
You know,
Fuck around and
people,
find out.
as they're celebrating, are they really making
shit.
the actions that the person that they voted for is already putting in place, and the pain that it's going to cause, and the individuals who are going to be hurt by it? So, you know, someone once told me, sorry, not sorry. That's exactly where I am in this moment. And, you know, you can cry the tears all that you want to, because they're temporary tears. Because you don't have to live in the communities that are going to have, you know, unfortunately, more police officers doing nefarious things. You don't have to live in the communities where their people are going to find it harder to breathe clean air or drink clean water or get lead out of the water schools where the kids are. And I can go down the laundry list of things that these people are going to be crying real tears, while you'll be able to go right back to your life as you were. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. Matter of fact, several people sent me this one too, and I really, Randy, do not care this dude feels.
It's disgraceful how many seniors are being kept in the dark. They don't want you to know that every senior on Medicare right now can claim a $3,200 spending allowance completely free. Do not let this program close with...
Do not care.
I am alright.
This dude feels.
Thank you for coming.
MAGA family, I was on TikTok Live, and a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family. Nah, I'm black. I'll never be accepted. He just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation. I love the MAGA family, and that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election. That all I was a vote? Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist. I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024. Extremely happy.
So he was extremely heartbroken. So I mean, I guess, Randy, I would just think about.
He'll be glad to have this back.
Stupid, yo.
Tony Braxton unbreak my heart. Man, go sit your punk ass down. We'll never give a damn about you. You gave it about your silly ass walking around in that little ass MAGA hat. So he let you know exactly what they think about you. It's been clear about how they felt about his black ass. I mean, I can't even. I'm sorry for his bless his poor little soul. I mean, he is pitiful. He is the ultimate of pitiful. Like, he is trying so hard to be accepted into a club that he can never be accepted into. Ever, no matter what. Poor thing.
We owe our lives to your bravery.
Poor thing. He's talking about his heart is broken. It's gonna break it. It's gonna be shattered. All right, give it some time. Ooh, child. Poor lost soul. I'm telling you, these folks, so funny. I mean, they just really are just bothered. Mustafa, they just, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Well,
enjoy yourself. We history with a small percentage of folks. We can go back to on the plantations, where we had a tiny percentage of our folks who would do anything that Massa asked for. Somebody once said it. Y'all remember when they said, if Massa's sick, I'm sick. You know, so we come through history where we have our folks who want desperately to be white for some of the folks. For other folks, they just want to be accepted, and it doesn't matter. You saw individuals. Brother was running for governor in North Carolina.
White men do not like
Mark Robinson said he would love to join the KKK.
That's a lot to say.
You know, you have the individuals who I would love to say they've been through Stockholm syndrome, but it's not just the Stockholm syndrome type of thing. They truly believe that if somebody smacks you in the face, that you should turn around and get smacked on the other side because you don't think that they'll do it. And then when they do it, you'll say, well, they must have had a good reason to do it. And that's exactly what you got going on with some of these individuals that no matter what folks say or do to them, they want so desperately to be a part of that supremacy club. And maybe when they think it, if I'm part of that club, then maybe the impacts won't be as great to me. But the reality is that they will never see you as human. They will never see you as an equal. But they will pimp you. And that's exactly what they did.
Watch it. This here, the video Randy was talking about. Joe, watch this.
Isco Ray told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you, Is Mr. Raven right? He is. I sent him home to his wife.
Trump people crying out.
Your mother will not be pleased to learn
Watch
that you're
this.
still risking
Watch
your
this
safety
video.
in suing these
Basically,
dangerous men.
guys talking about
Officer Singer,
his experiences living in a neighborhood filled with other Trump supporters. And he wanted his fucking kids to play with the other Trump supporters, but
and Natty,
guess what? They don't want his kids to play with their kids. Because their kids are Hispanic. To a point where they're going to scare the kids off by shooting guns in the air.
But you are taking great risk.
This is what you wanted.
Please let the
This
authorities
is what y'all
handle
paid.
the Ashwinders.
So, don't complain. Don't fucking bitch.
All fear in the house.
This is what you fucking chose.
It's certainly a good start.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
These people, I'm telling you, it's a lot of. I know some people out there like y'all run a lot of cussing. I'm telling y'all, folks are not. They just like, yo, we ain't trying to hear it. I can't. People don't understand when we talk about there being consequences. And there are people who are like, yo, we tried to tell you, you didn't want to listen, you want to sit here and act a fool, you sat here, and then now you're upset because folks say we're not coming to your aid. I'm telling y'all, it's about to be a real, it's gonna be more tears, and I'm telling you right now, this gonna be me all day.
Have to pay, and then we have to pay. Like the prices are gonna go up, and we have to pay those prices that go up. And then he came and made a video, bro, don't tell me that he used me for my vote, man. Oh my God, I didn't know I was used like that, and that was the last video he put out. Oh, sorry, man. All we're trying to do is just make our country best.
Latino, I couldn't imagine, toning down my heritage or any of those types of things. These particular folks, and subjecting my kid to a situation where you don't have your eyes open about who folks are and who folks aren't. And so now they want to be accepted, because they voted for Trump. The fact that they voted for Trump doesn't change how they are seen in the eyes of certain people. And so now you're going to have to deal with that. And that's where you are. And then this brother with the MAGA hat on, listen, he wouldn't get his cat 5 cents for cheese on a Whopper. He didn't get to come to the barber shop. He don't get to come to the barbecue. He gonna have to sit in the back row in church. Okay? Now, the sun is going down in here in California, so he better go and get his black behind home before a massive beats him like he stole some.
Damn.
That's all I got.
I'm just telling y'all right now, okay? Today is the last day for seniors to get a healthy allowance card to spend on groceries, prescriptions, dental, and eye exams.
Thanks to a new Medicare update, if you're 65 and older, you can now qualify for this healthy allowance card to help with inflation. Deadline for this special enrollment period ends tonight. You missed out.
I'm going to H-Town for Thanksgiving. And what everybody else, they're going to be having their turkey and stuff. I'm eating gumbo. I'm just telling you, look, ain't nobody
Everybody gonna be eating that turkey and eating gumbo. Yeah, I feel that. Everybody was eating that turkey, we're eating oxtail and chicken.
People really do turkey. Level of hostility.
Goddamn turkey. This shit is so disrespectful. I don't even want to eat not good there. The turkey ain't good. Why is motherfucker every year eating this shit that ain't good?
Would be like
those turkey I ever tasted the way you made it.
Right now. So all these people say,
the best turkey I ever ate was where you live. That's how you have to add all bunch of stuff.
Citrus. You have to go to Popeyes. Go get you a hot dog at 7-Eleven. Because you ain't rolled up in my house.
Once we tell them about the snitches,
I would treat a MAGA voter if somebody roll up in my head of stigma and I goes beyond if every one of my nephews was an Omega, Kappa, Sigma, and iota. I would be like, oh, hell no. I'm telling you right now. So for all these people who say, well, no, you know, we should put politics aside.
What is it?
It's nothing.
Nah.
Truly.
I wouldn't even let your ass eat the plate.
Leave no secrets
You have to go to Popeyes. Right. Go get you a hot dog at 7-Eleven. Because you ain't rolled up in my house.
They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes.
Matter of fact, I would treat a MAGA voter if somebody roll up in my family house Thanksgiving. I would treat you worse if you a Negro who didn't pay his child support and you're looking for a place. And I ain't got no problem saying it.
It's real, right? So, folks who decided to vote for Trump, there's an ideology. That ideology is not one that is beneficial to our communities. So why would we co-sign? Like when we hang out with someone or we invite them into our space, we are saying that your belief systems are something that I'm comfortable with. So, you know, I'm just always amazed how we try and figure out ways of sanitizing, you know, the most vile things. And in this instance, it is, you know, the sets of policies that this new administration is going to move forward on. So if that's what you're down with, you're welcome to do it in your home or in your community and enclaves where you might find a whole bunch of folks who believe like you do. But, you know, this is a shout out to my mom. My mom raised over 50 children, all kinds of different people. Anybody who's in trouble, she'd bring them in. And my mother has this thing about on Thanksgiving of going out and bringing people off the street so they have something to eat. So, Mama, I hope this year that you don't not necessarily bring folks in, but that you are selective about the individuals who deserve your charity and your grace.
Well, Waka Flocka had an attitude because this happened. He was supposed to appear at some event, and these folk in D.C., and these folks, this lax wine and spirits, they said, I love and support my community first and foremost. I'm not a this person. Truly had no idea about the views of Waka Flocka Flame, nor do I share his views. My community has spoken, and the event tomorrow has been canceled. It's supposed to be a meet and greet. Hey, dog, take your ass to a MAGA event. Let's see if they buy your music. You can go out there with Diamond and Silk or Diamond. I can't remember which one of them is still living. Go ahead, go film. No, don't be trying to roll up in here. But see, here's the other deal. Waka Flocka, for the election, cussed out the audience and said, if you a Harris supporter, get the hell out of my concert. He got no problem canceling his ass.
They took his black card.
You got Amber Rose need to get together and figure career, because I promise you, MAGA ain't gonna have near one of them. Not saying them. They're one of them on
any circuit. They're not going to be working with them. It's done. They use them for what they use them for. They've been over. They got what they got, and it's over. And so, and he showed the black community, and Amber Rose showed the black community who they really are, and we're not going to forgive them. They're not coming back. So they need to start looking for some sort of other skill. I hope they have other. Well, I don't know if Amber Rose will ever had it.
And Ray J too?
What was his name?
All y'all gone to Red
That's what the
Hat.
leader of the herd calls him.
I didn't know about him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ray J was down there at Mar-a-Lago with Amber Rose all excited and happy. As they, as they, Joe, I'm gonna go to the country. Don't get it.
Yeah, you know, hey, listen. Oh, and make it last forever like Kid Sweat, because, you know, hey, listen, you know, all you got, lifeblood of one's music career is being able to appear with your audiences, and you might cross over a little bit and do some pop and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if your people don't support you, you're gonna have a problem. And so you run the risk of having that happen, and so, you know, whatever comes. And so, you know, you really need to look that way, look both ways before you cross that street. And if he didn't, then that's where he'd be. I mean, I guess he's sure that he doesn't need music for his career and for his life to work out. If that's the case, it's fine. Because there's a whole lot of people that might not check for him because of how he came in. That's just how it is.
You saw what lies in the catacomb.
Well, there you go. And just to grant it, just in case you didn't see this photo here, well, there you go. Okay. You ain't coming to my house for Thanksgiving. We talk about blackness and what happens in black culture.
Make sure he's all right.
Covering these things that matter to us, to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people power movement.
There's a lot of stuff that when I get it, you get it. Like you spit the words.
Frankly, I was surprised you weren't
our
with him.
own cause. Too long have others spoken
You
for
did
us.
what you had to do,
We
and I agreed.
cannot tell
It
our own
might not
story
have salvaged
if
my
we can't
friendship
name
with Sebastian for the moment.
Roland Martin.
You were right. I do regret casting Imperio. I hope you can forgive me.
Our focus now needs to be Sebastian. He's in trouble. I'm going back into the catacomb to find him. Anne's right.
Lights and Health, we deliver more babies than any other health system in North Texas, with 15 locations throughout.
Folks, these stories keep pouring in. Every day, more and more Trump voters are starting to lose it as they are hit with a major reality check about the person they voted for. Some of them are panicked about Trump's cabinet picks. Some are realizing that he is going to be a disaster for the economy. Some are realizing that the programs they rely upon are being targeted for removal. Unfortunately, it seems that a lot of these folks are okay with Trump causing Americans to suffer until it happens to them. And somehow, I guess, they completely blacked out the last time Trump screwed everything up. I'm going to share some of these stories. My name is Brett Mycelis with the Midas Touch Network. Remember to hit subscribe and help us get to 3.5 million subscribers. Let's dive right in. Here's the first. This person writes, "It happened today. A coworker, white lesbian with a special needs child, spoke about how she voted for Orange Man because of, quote, her beliefs and faith. Said she didn't know about his plans with the Department of Education. He wants to get rid of the Department of Education, and he's not, quote, allowed to take away funding, especially for special needs kids." And I guess a lot of people just didn't listen to Donald Trump at all on the campaign trail. This is one of the main planks of his platform, was getting rid of the Department of Education. And here's another story similar to that. Let's read about this Trump voter getting a little nervous because her child uses an individualized education program. This is what they write in a Trump form. I'll read you the thread. thread. This person says, "I'm dense. What happened to the Department of Education?" Somebody responds, "Nothing, but its only purpose is to help fund schools and give them advice. Education is a power reserved to the states," to which an individual writes, "Me too. I voted for Trump, obviously, and agree with mostly everything, but I keep seeing stuff about this and getting a little nervous as I have a child with an individualized education program. I need someone who is smart on the topic to reassure me this will be okay without the fearmonger stuff I keep seeing," to which somebody on this Trump forum responds, "It'd be left to the states to manage and fund like abortion, so just move to a state like California if your state doesn't offer the education service you want. Yeah, everybody could just pick up and move." Great idea. Yeah, people don't realize that this isn't fear-mongering. This is actual stuff. These are plans that he has made the intention of getting rid of himself. He has said this out loud over and over and over again. Here's a small business owner and a Trump supporter speaking about potentially losing their health care under Donald Trump. They write the following: "Small business owner and potentially losing the Affordable Care Act healthcare law. I started my own business a few years ago. I bring in about $60,000 per year. I live within my means and I have no debt and no family. I live comfortably. However, in order to keep things as they are, I need health insurance. I purchased my insurance through the Affordable Care Act. I have a pre-existing condition. If the ACA is repealed or gutted, I will not be able to get insurance, it seems to me. Is there anyone in my situation? Have you thought about what you might do? Well, perhaps if the ACA was important to you, you should have voted for the people who want to protect and expand the ACA. By the way, they're coming for veterans health care as well. Vivek Ramaswamy announced it in a post on X yesterday on social media. He wrote the following: "We shouldn't let the government spend money on programs that have expired, yet that's exactly what happens today. $500 billion of taxpayer funds, $516 billion, goes each year to programs which Congress has allowed to expire." As Brian Rydell writes, "Wow, Vivek Ramaswamy comes out for defunding veterans health care, which is $120 billion. He wants to defund the $516 billion spent annually on programs with expired authorizations, and that is by far the biggest one, expired since 1998. And Vivek Ramaswamy is not some random guy. Ramaswamy was put on this kind of fake government committee, this fake government department that Donald Trump said that he's creating with him and Elon Musk, and their job is to get rid of essential government programs. Their job is to fire government employees. And this Brian Rydell, I'll talk to you about him in a little bit, but this is a conservative guy speaking about this. And as he says here, he writes, "Here's a breakdown of the largest federal programs with expired authorizations. I'm a strong fiscal conservative, but not sure about getting rid of embassies, veterans health, NASA, etc." And you can see the list here of all the things that Ramaswamy and Elon Musk want to cut from the government. As I said, this is not like a random person. This guy who is giving us this information is a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute. That's a conservative think tank, and he focuses on budget, tax policy, and economic policy. He used to work 6 years as a chief economist to Senator Rob Portman in Ohio, and he served as director of budget and spending policy for Marco Rubio's 2016 presidential campaign, and was the lead architect of the 10-year deficit reduction plan for Mitt Romney's 2012 presidential campaign. So this is no liberal, this is no Democrat, this is the person calling out Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump's plan who gut veterans health care. Here's another comment that somebody sent in. A Republican friend just called...
You know how that CEO got killed and all that stuff, right? Well, there's gonna be more. I mean, I'm not saying CEOs are gonna be killed, but those CEOs with the insurances and stuff, they don't have to be bodyguarded up like they are. Because a lot of people who get denied, like for certain sicknesses where people are about to die and stuff like that, they're gonna be denied insurance really bad.
Piss me off. Nigga, that make daddy's looking bad. Got daddy's looking bad.
Daddy, that's scared. I know. Daddy came home, he was giving the shit.
Everybody getting their ass whooped.
Right.
Reveille. Confringo.
Defeat Inferi. Okay. We're going this way. Let's do it. That's the way I tell you. Okay, so let's go down this way.
There weren't this many here before.
And there's no sign of Sebastian. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo.
I was so worried about Sebastian I didn't even realise. Anne's gone to get Solomon. When she first saw the Inferi, she thought Sebastian was being attacked. But then he showed her the relic and said he'd learned how to use it.
The carvings on the relic were Inferi, and Sebastian somehow created them.
Not exactly. He's controlling them. This is powerful dark magic. Creating Inferi is incredibly difficult, but controlling them, as Anne and I frantically barricaded the Inferi to keep them from escaping, Sebastian kept mumbling about healing Anne. When Anne said she couldn't stay here, I didn't realise what she meant.
Solomon threatened to go to the headmaster if he heard of Sebastian dealing with dark magic.
I need to get to Hogwarts. I must get to Professor Black first. Twist the story a bit, make him think it's a family fight. I'll be back as soon as I can. See if you can talk some sense into Sebastian. Be careful.
I knew what it is.
How many inferior?
I have fear in my heart, like yo, like.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Incendio. These inferiors seem far from controlled. Incendio. Rebellion. Accio. Incendio. Defender. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Rebellion.
And they going too hard on Trump people, man. Hey, I'm just being suspicious. Okay, that's what it needs, right? We tasted it. Okay, take it. I take it. You know what you're doing. Nigga, my food salty, yo.
I did taste it. That's what it means.
Okay.
It was so much Maggie in it, but this is it.
Incendio. Accio. Leviosa. Accio.
When they were being too hard on me. The one that put out that content was going.
There's Sebastian.
Murdered in the streets. You, my dear, should be following me. We should be friends because you have the same sense of humor. We are right here.
Yes.
Stop right there, yo. I don't know what that guy had going on for them to kill him like that. Well, goddamn. I don't know why the hell he would come outside.
Nobody was.
Yeah, I don't know why he would come outside, yo. I don't know why he would come outside, man. I don't know, man. I guess he just wanted to get it over with. Yeah.
Requirements of the future, which these days is just like a pattern with that. Patterns. Pattern packs. Charters.
I guess United States don't make their own battery.
Guess it was 50% supply.
Mm-hmm.
China?
China.
I'll let
China supplies everything. If you look on everything that people use, what does it say?
Made from China.
Made from China.
Mm-hmm. If you go fucking around, them niggas gonna take over the world. Real.
years.
Yeah, if it's success, it won't be the thing either.
You don't give two shits about veterans or even the people of this.
This nigga get out of presidency. You know what, basically, you know what's about to happen? Cryptocurrency is going to be the thing. Maybe not for the next 4 years. But once he get out, it's going to be a boom. Okay, so all those people who still holding, remember they said by 2030? Okay. Don't worry about this, but all this shit been predicted, yo.
You know, they got that message. Apparently, that is from the hostel that the man was checking into, and he was flirting with the girl behind the door. She asked him to take his mask off so she could get a better look at his face. But there he is, flirting as he's checking into his hotel, and that is probably going to be the thing that is going to be his end. What? Of all the slips that I've heard, there's been other things at the crime scene, like, you know, stuff with his DNA, a water bottle, I don't know, stuff.
Nigga don't care. Nigga do not care, man.
That you were flirting as you were checking into your hotel. And that's the thing that's gonna take you down until you took off your mask and showed your entire. Love it, man.
So people don't care, man.
CEO assassination, gunmetal, type story. I mean, what are we gonna see next?
Yeah, what you the bullets
This
for?
got to do with pop-up, baby. This is gonna be good. It's dedicated to all of state of Pittsburgh. But then you know the pain. You don't see as you.
It's Donnie Payne.
Still, what you is how very upset about that things you were.
So this basically is a what? 2020 again? No, 2018? Huh? It's 2016.
Oh, Daisy, what?
She called. All in your feet, please. You better hold daddy up your pants to get on national TV and say kill the D.
I don't want him to get on national TV to say he won't kill the deal. Y'all not complaining about the deal album.
Sure, what deal?
I'm about the steel workers.
Oh. Man.
Deal that Biden was trying to put out. That's going to benefit them. And Donald Trump said, what the hell's a deal?
Yeah, right. Felt like it's good. When you mess around with daddy dummy pants, you will find out. Sister. Instead of an essence, I got to do a pop-up video.
Somebody said they'll continue getting him to the mouth.
If you voted for Trump because you thought he was going to bring grocery prices down, I have some very bad news for you. A lot of our produce comes from Mexico. 2/3 of the tomatoes that Americans purchase are from Mexico. 90% of the avocados that they purchase are from Mexico. Just to mention two examples. So that block is definitely going to cost extra. Because if you voted for Trump because you thought he was going to bring grocery prices down, I have some very bad news.
And you see people, you know, left people and leftists and liberals and progressives, you see them
sitting here like getting equally waging the corner for the bow part of Beppo, okay? The find out part. They're like,
Isn't this
incredible?
Sebastian, I told you, the relic is the answer. I've been trying to reverse the dark magic that injured Anne, but this will allow me to control it. Just as I can control the Inferi.
Control? I had to fight the Inferi all the way.
Bow of the fat bow. I hate to break it to you, but I'm
What have the two of you done? Accio Relic!
See no flow of the fat bow.
Solomon!
Stop! See no finding it out of looking around. There will be no violence. Okay? Trump supporters and conservatives, they get like shit out of it. When the shit really starts hitting the fan,
Oh, they are.
be gaslighting the
They will. They will.
I'm ending this now!
manipulators, y'all.
That's true. You need Christmas. See the algae.
What?
I'm just so much in. So he's not letting them businesses back to America and sending them to Mexico and Italy.
Go down there.
See where else you go. She got other ones.
Wait. That. What really happened? Radio's got it in my comments. Well.
She's talking like what?
There are a lot of people out there that work. Yeah, it's another word it might be talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sus.
TikTok too, yeah.
What about TikTok?
He's trying to block social media platforms because of they say data privacy.
Tells all.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about 60% of the money.
And people's business come from
TikTok.
TikTok. That's where people sell and buy things.
That is the case.
TikTok.
Now you go to
That he don't be paying.
Just get unsatisfied appetites that made us possible.
He's passed up and walked around with trash bags and dinosaurs. Contacts on their ears and those in heels, red ankles. But now an assault on our sense of smell, too.
He came out with a pillow.
We're getting our first glimpse of a concept of a plan for mass deportation. Just like looks like I'm getting that piece dribbling concept.
Is Daddy Dumpy Pants? Oh, Daddy Dumpy Pants. Yo, I can't do this.
To the Bahamas, the Imperial.
Oh, it was a good battle.
So Donald Trump came up with the concept of a plan trying to support illegal immigrants to the Bahamas and Turkey. I guess maybe stores that can be deportable. What's that? So we can't get it. And Bahamas say no, we don't want them. You vote.
Sorry, it had to be done.
Mass deportation, just like
someone salvaged, he was salvaged slave. And the slave master was telling off. Oh, man.
Change his plan this class.
She cannot be healed, Sebastian. You must stop.
I won't let her suffer. The Barbican
Only they have me for gracious now. Don't
Oh, man.
Something like that against it. She happens to be Spanish.
There is going to be an economic crash, especially with that whole mass deportation shit.
You've made your choice.
This is about it. Becomes patience.
And
Sir. Once they have 17 players made out of steel and brains. Decided to consider what happened to the CEO. Him here yesterday from Shield to come out and change their policies around anesthesia. Saying they will no longer pay for the anesthesia that runs over a time that is a lifetime. Wait. Surgery I find to be quite great. Really. Not paying attention. This time, well, it's going on.
So if the person will have money to pay for that extra anesthesia, then what?
Rich and wealthy will have started getting rich, have they not?
Wow.
This is dangerous. I was experience with just how dangerous not getting enough anesthesia during the surgery can be.
Yay.
You see, when I was 2 or 3 years old, I was diagnosed with AIDS. And one of my ovaries was split open from the tooth. I had to hit the emergency, started the surgery. They did not estimate the correct amount of anesthesia for my surgery.
Anesthesia.
what is it?
Yes, I woke up at the precise moment that doctor was ripping my lady parts out there like a Jew.
Why wouldn't you stop? I was calling after you.
Anne won't survive this. She's withering away, inside and out.
Yes, I
Solomon's
did.
never been there for
I
us.
woke up at
Not
the
really.
precise moment
He
that
gave
that
up on her.
doctor was ripping my lady
I'll
parts
never
out
give
there
up on
like
her.
a
You
Jew.
saw him, didn't you?
Pulled all of the
He was going to
equipment
ruin
in the
her
van
life.
that I was on
He
and
attacked
strapped
us.
to. Yes,
I had to use the killing curse.
Shot
You know
in
I
a
did.
ball,
If
pulling
I hadn't known
the
how to
tube
cast
from
it.
my throat that was assisting in my breathing. Yes, it was quite dangerous, you see.
No, but you're wrong.
He did attack us. You had no choice. It was brave, Sebastian. You clearly care more about Anne than your uncle ever did.
I knew you'd understand. I did do the right thing.
You did.
We
I
CEOs
would have
need
done
to
the
be
same.
careful
If I knew how.
before that one. They would catch that one
Teach
assassin. Before we go take them all out.
No time like the present.
The killing curse won't be easy to master.
Wow.
As with all
Blood pressure
critical
dropped to an all-time low,
You had
and
to
my
mean
heart
it.
was barely beating from the shit of waking up
Hold your
during
one
this
steady.
surgery.
Focus. The
I spent 3
incantation
hours
is
in a recovery
Avada
room
Kedavra.
trying to
Your
get my
intention must be clear.
heart and my blood pressure balanced back out without the aid of any pain medication from the surgery because it was too dangerous. They really are out.
I can't stay here. I need to find
It
Ominous.
seems like they come up less
Sebastian,
less and less.
please, I'm not myself right now. Let's meet later at the Undercroft, all right?
Well, this isn't like usual.
This is what I came here
You are the talk of
for.
the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss.
Ooh, don't forget it, boy. So, one more left.
There seems to be a little scuffle in the trade part.
What with her, man?
No, Marjorie. Yes, that Marjorie. The one that looks like the love child of Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Yes, that Marjorie ain't free. And Laura Lowe. The one that looks like you ate one too many mushrooms and watched Spanish fans singing to
South of
the
the castle.
Yes, that. They're added a key. Yes, they are over there squabbling on Twitter. Begging for that big killer and always fighting over the piece is affection. Marjorie Taylor Greene to squat it out, and she thinks old Daddy Dumpy should give her a blanket part along with the rest of it. So she clapped back real quick. Why, Marjorie, what have you done that you need a blanket part, hon? I guess Laura's a little bitter. Yes, it's a little bitter. Because Marjorie had just a little bit too much dirt. She threatened Daddy with the dirt.
I take it this means you had some luck at the library.
I took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive. Especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the area that people avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess. A mighty mysterious item such as a special moonstone be hidden in an equally mysterious cave. I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
Hey, Daddy, Dumpy Pants. Really?
To feel that Senate seat is going to be left out.
You might as well have a look.
Agreed.
We're going to have to see.
That's so disrespectful. Daddy Dumpy Pants.
Blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
So his seat in the Senate will be empty. And word on the street, the tea that is spilled, is they plan on putting Lord Trump in that position. Trump.
Oh, his daughter? In what position?
Sure. And he was over here talking about.
That's smart, man. And they're all doing it.
You don't think
Listen,
rumors about
this,
the cave are true, do you?
Sure.
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
But he already did that. That's what I'm saying. For him to be talking the shit that he was talking, right?
Yeah.
The whole
All of them do it.
year, 4 years of Trump's presidency, guess who was running things?
His daughter.
The Senate and the House and all that.
Was it his daughter?
His son-in-law, his daughter, his son. They were all in there, you know. And then he has the nerve to talk about Biden pardoning his son. Like, dude, we can understand other people talking about it, but you? Come on. What is going on? Talk about this abuse of power, but yet he abuses power at the same time.
That just passed. I did not hear
Just keep calling the man Daddy Dumpy Pants.
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The fruitless song is said to drive anyone who hears it mad. If the monster is here and so are Whoopers, I wonder if it's being protected. Why am I not surprised? First the Whoopers and now this.
Revelio.
Okay, so how we do this? Okay, see how we do this. How we do this.
We need to find moths for those spinners.
We got this now. Okay.
Revelio. Accio.
Okay.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio.
Perhaps the runes on the walls have something to do with finding the moths.
Accio.
Okay.
Accio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio.
If we pull the rings and match the runes, I suspect we'll find the moths. Another obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work out a way across.
Accio. Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Revelio.
Merlin, it's beautiful.
Lumos. Lumos.
No, fuck.
You know what? Over and over, Trump wants to get this job.
What? Oh, they be spying on him? You trying to get his ass?
Yeah. What do you want to get rid of him?
Well, after he dies, though, then they make it bad for all the other people who actually doing crime. Or it makes it good for them.
Yeah, he wants to help his friends too from being investigated by the FBI.
I was hoping you wouldn't do this
Why do you want to use the FBI?
It's Trump.
See, they said we only use
Ooh. Ah, you got me on that. Them the things I always be getting me. I be getting them mixed up. Damn.
Merlin, it's beautiful. I was hoping we wouldn't have to do this.
Cruising.
Fight each other.
Revelio.
Look, when the water's bubbling, how odd.
Should we take a closer look?
You read my mind.
Can't promise with the FBI. He didn't care for that case with that Russian food should he get stabbed. He also faces this unjustified. So a lot of these white people got jobs, all fancy and sell this crime and stuff. They like to grab the corn and then it's project religion.
Merlin, it's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be. I just know it.
Interesting.
Given what we was allowed to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while. I'm starting to lose my mind.
He wrote a story about King who was forced off his
I was just
throne.
thinking how it's proof that poachers haven't been here. Assuming this is where the moon storm
Cash Patel.
which means
Who's
we're
Trump's
one step
friend?
ahead of them.
Who doesn't like the FBI?
No.
Well,
He had written a story
just need to bring it to the
about a
henge.
king who was forced off his throne. What do you think that was?
Trump.
This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Smidgets first. We should do as Doyle suggested and bring the moonstone to the
The White
henge.
House.
He didn't care for that case with that Russian collusion against it. Oh no. He also fancies himself nothing. It's funny, a lot of these right-wing conservative nut jobs all fancy themselves as writers, don't they? They like to write books and mandates and projects and agendas and manifestos. But old Cash fancies himself a children's book author. Yes, he wrote this fancy little tale about a king who was forced off of his throne. Only problem is old Daddy W. Pants isn't human. If he wasn't forced off of his throne, the American people spoke. They spoke to have him fight.
So what's that voice?
Shall we?
We shall. If we leave now, we should make it there by nightfall.
Listening in the gleam of the golden shower that Daddy's tense dispute on all of his friends would flow.
That's the henge, precisely
Flower,
where
really?
Doran said it would be. But now we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
That just absolutely love. But you can't wait for part 2. You're in love, as it won't be very long.
I don't think Doran would knowingly send us into danger.
You're right. I suppose I'm worrying over nothing. Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
Donald Trump and several Republican candidates down ballot spent millions upon billions of dollars running ads against the trans community and the queer community as a whole. Yes, I live here at the red parts of the South. I have commercials that cross my TV daily during election times. Very transphobic ads. Yes. They got y'all all round up. They've had you round up about bathrooms, sports, and all of it. So round up. But Donald Trump fancies himself ain't out to be a good friend of Caitlyn Jenner. It's a pass. Why does Caitlyn get a pass?
Funny man.
It's true though. You're right. Why does Caitlyn get a pass?
Just
White male privilege, I suppose.
White male privilege.
White man just do about anything he wants to in America, can't you? Can even become a woman.
See, there it is.
That's so it's fine. Come in the bathroom.
Caitlyn, come to the bathroom.
How's your grand doing, by the way?
Get out of there, man.
Nothing
Leave
beats
Caitlyn
Grand
alone.
She set up a caterwauling charm.
Caitlyn just want to be a female.
Do you know some white guys say that?
They would smash Caitlyn.
No, some white guys say that.
I hope so.
He would rape all the black men.
How important it is to
Find it.
protect those who
Okay, you can try.
He's a comedian.
Well, you talking about? He said he would do a Kendrick.
No, he didn't just say that. What's his name again?
Andrew Schultz.
I think we can safely say we know where the
We'll
moonstone
find
goes.
him. Maybe he is. But he said so much about raping black men. Oh. What is the Instagram? No.
What the hell is this? This Shaq?
Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Karan that I've managed to see not one but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on highway or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night the night I met Highwing, actually
I'd love to hear about how you and Highwing met.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by
These damn long ass stories, man.
Her, but
the hell?
soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
We still can't get his name.
As of now, the identity of the suspect cannot be revealed, but
exactly.
I believe they're on the right track to finding them.
Sure they are.
Look, if this was a black person.
Look what a guy is. Like Habib was right there. Habib right there. Habib.
Can't imagine what that must
Show
have been
his
like
whole
for you.
face.
I never fitted in.
With
But the
smile
older
and
I
everything.
got, the more apparent it became.
And they can't
I
find
had
him.
tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this.
So he was
I'm glad
flirting.
that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol. And we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidget lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
You're talking about Kendrick Lamar.
I don't know why you don't just get a snitch from inside.
Andrew? Yeah, that's your son.
On Monday, December 9th, his parents started trying to challenge her again. In 1 week, you'll.
What was I trying to go look up? They sure do go.
Cool, we're fine. She was like a that water plant comes in a couple right. How know that you didn't know. See, you come out and said some rather disturbing with what's left of his left brain.
She's devastated. She just buried your uncle alone.
I did it for her.
Sebastian, Anne can't bear the thought of turning you in, but...
What? Turn me in? She saw what happened.
I'll give you some time to think, Sebastian.
Turn me in?
But it turns out communication could be the smack daddy.
Sebastian.
Did you hear that? You saw what happened. I never wanted to hurt my uncle.
I know.
I can't believe he's gone. How did things go so wrong? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to. Oh, I was only trying to help. I can't leave now. I need to be near my mother. You understand. You can talk to Honest. Make him understand. He listens to you. I need to be with Anne.
I don't know what to do, Sebastian.
You don't know. You do know. Anne has no one. I regret everything I did. I know what I did was wrong. I only hope she can forgive me. That everyone can forgive me. No matter what happens from here, I'm glad we met.
Poor Sebastian. Ominous. What a mess. I can't believe. After I left you straight to Hogwarts, before I had time to talk to Black, I heard from her. I rushed to Feldcroft and found her with Solomon's body. She was beside herself with grief. Part of her wants Sebastian to face the consequences, another part can't bear the thought of it. I don't want to lose Sebastian, but I don't think we have a choice.
Turns out, Okage
We do have a choice. What good will it do to turn him in now? He clearly regrets everything. He's not going to do anything like this again.
We've both heard that before.
But we also need to think about Anne. She's lost her health, now she's lost her uncle. Do you really want to take her brother away from her too?
I understand what you're saying. Perhaps you're right. As much as I believe that Sebastian should pay for his actions, we'd only be punishing Anne as well. I hope we're doing the right thing. I'll talk to Anne. If it comes from me, she'll agree with this decision.
Thank you, Ominous. You're a good friend.
Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. That I know.
Last night, I was more like wanted to because it was Teddy Wilson, Prime Minister. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name, but we all love Justin because he's insane. And he thought he'd get on a plane, travel down there and drive on display. Told Eddie to change just how much he was. Not only for his citizens, but for the citizens of Canada as well. For the relationship of those across that border. We hold it to our heart. But what Justin did not understand is Daddy knows exactly how a terror works. Yes, he does. He does not care, though, if it affects his people, his land, and the people in your land. He only cares that it's going to make him with his good old cronies and all his good tech buddies. All his old buddies and all his invested friends, well, they're gonna make quite a little bit of pocket changes, they don't. Especially on that old
Pocket change.
Yeah, the oil part, we're trying to put Will back. So whatever he's trying to do with oil, that's for money. Yo, gas and shit.
So it's about how much money he can make, how much money his friends can make. Now think about it.
Every day. Gas and oil. It made me wonder how much gas I buy.
Yeah. You ain't worry about that shit.
Wow, so apparently Elon Musk and Trump are buying oil futures.
South America to tie it within their cartel. It's almost like we never learned. Constantly. It's like a scrap.
You should get this shit from.
I do believe we had done this before. This cartel, if you recall, back in the late 70s and early 80s, we decided to declare war on that there booger sugar. Yes, we did. No more booger sugar for you. We said it is destroying America.
I'll put my sugar for you.
Let's go. It didn't work out like we thought it would, now did it? Oh no, you see, because them white boys and the CIA and the ATF and the DEA got down there and was like, oh my goodness, this booger sugar is quite good and quite lucrative.
My brother's doing well. Oh, it's you. Just the person I need.
Go.
Samantha,
Is
is everything
stuff?
alright?
No, it's not. It's my brother William. He's been cursed. He ignored my warning and now he's lying with the mangoes looking completely pathetic. He simply never listens.
I'm sorry, how exactly has he been
Slow down that
cursed?
booger sugar. Matter of fact, sugar became something
But
new.
his feet were turned into purple beets. You can imagine his distress. And mine. I won't even go into the attention he was getting from our garden rabbits before he admitted himself to hospital.
Beats for feet. How hilarious. I mean, how terrible. Horrible, truly.
You and the entire school may find it funny, but the situation is dire.
Well, it is an unusual situation. How did your brother end up like this?
It's entirely his own fault. I told him about some research I'd done recently on our ancestor Marmaduke Dale. In particular, my discovery that Marmaduke's tomb was cursed. My brother's always making fun of my discoveries. This time, he laughed in my face. Told me I'd misinterpreted my findings. As if that weren't possible. And to prove his point, he went right up to the entrance of the tomb and poof! His feet transfigured into beets.
How awful. I can see why you're upset. He definitely needs some help.
Exactly. He may be a cake flapper, but he's still my brother. And no one deserves such a fate to last forever. Especially as the result of a single brainless mistake. Now I worry that if the curse isn't reversed, it could become permanent.
They only do this shit to make money.
Possibly. The curse stems from a crest that was stolen from Marmaduke. If the crest were returned to its rightful place upon his sarcophagus, then I believe that William's feet may be restored. You battled trolls when they attacked Hogsmeade, escaped a dragon, and I could tell by your work and charms that you're a skilled spellcaster. Returning a crest to a sarcophagus should be almost effortless for you. So, will you help help us?
I can take the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus for you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! You'll simply go into the tomb where Marmaduke was laid to rest and place the crest on top of his sarcophagus. According to my research, the tomb's been abandoned for centuries, so it should be a fairly simple task. You'll find it just east of the hamlet of Rockbarrow.
Oh, let me take a bath.
Thank you for your help. Better to you. Have you ever seen it?
Oh my god, Andrew know how to take his pants off? What the fuck? What the hell? No, no! What the hell's going on in this house, yo? I'm missing out with this damn job. Soon enough, these niggas gonna be getting married. The hell? I'm serious, yo, you laughing. Nigga just took his clothes off and jumped in the tub. I ain't never met a child that like taking baths.
I hope Professor Fig got my owl. I need to tell him and the keepers that Ranrock knows where the last repository is.
No, I want to speak to Professor Fig, man. Hold on. Damn. This is where I want to go to.
Perhaps a hybrid. Bouncing.
I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few parts. Wonderfully done. If you'd like to practice moving, you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just mind the plants, please.
Look at that! You're unnatural. Accio! Flipendo!
Yeah.
Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as ever.
Apologies, Professor. Perhaps later.
Not to worry. I'll be here if you'd like to talk.
This is enough. Enough playing.